You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension. A dimension of sound. A dimension of sight. A dimension of mind. You're moving into a land of both shadow and substance, of things and ideas you've just crossed over into.
This program has been rated R, recommended for 17 years or older. It will be presented in its entirety, without deletions or commercial interruptions.
Hello. Welcome back to Paradox Problematics. Please take a seat. My name is 160620_20:24lors_work-ish.ppf. I am an approximated construct of the carbon-based entity you refer to as Hannes Andersson or Hans student 349,529, and I will be your host today. Today, we will talk about politics, but first, let's have a quick recap of what we have learned so far.
Let's watch and see what makes people like one person and not another.
Es gibt bei uns ein schönes Lied, Wasser braucht das liebe Vieh, Hollerei und Hollerie, wenn Sie sich erinnern können. Also Wasser ist natürlich das wichtigste Rohmaterial, das wir heute noch auf der Welt haben. Es geht darum, ob wir das normale Wasserversorgung der Bevölkerung privatisieren oder nicht. Und da gibt es zwei verschiedene Anschauungen. Die eine Anschauung, extrem würde ich sagen, wird von einigen von den NGOs vertreten, die darauf pochen, dass Wasser zu einem öffentlichen Recht erklärt wird. Das heißt, als Mensch sollten Sie einfach Recht haben, um Wasser zu haben. Das ist die eine Extremlösung. Ja?
To bypass the WTO, they're creating the biggest international agreements that the world has ever seen, the three big T's.
What's interesting is when you look across all of these deals, whether it be TTIP, TPP or TISA, China is excluded, but also Brazil, Russia, India, South Africa, they're all excluded because those are the emerging economies.
A local Sweden Democrat leader said that many in the Middle East have a gene that makes them more violent.
That's not why we are against this extreme immigration politics.
It's just that your party seems to have more people than most saying that sort of thing. Per Wahlberg, who's been in your party for an awful long time, he had to step down because he claimed that black Africans were genetically programmed to rape children.
I'm sure that you will find those kinds of views even in the other parties. I'm sure that
the root cause of this threat to our security is quite clear. It is a poisonous ideology of Islamist extremism.
Помогал вооружать людей, которые в Сирии боролись с Асадом-то.
Shows a U.S. Chinook helicopter dropping 2 boxes full of weapons for ISIL militants.
There will be plenty of opportunity to discuss these important issues at a later time.
There are two big trends that we looked at here that were important for our mission of connecting the world. The first is this trend towards just more immersive and intuitive computing platforms.
A pretty sensible attitude toward telephone conversations.
Now, as I have already told you, the topic of today is politics, which you will find have been added to your study manuals on pages 167 through 185. In case the study manual you are holding is page numbered on the inside, I must apologize as this is not its intended form, but a result of the printer fucking up the page placement, something they promised would be corrected latest on 16/06/23. Now where was I? Oh yes, politics. Politics is, according to the poecentric glossary of futures past, a noun plural but singular or plural in construction, referring to one. the poetic and/or abstract activities and expressions associated with the thinking, feeling and reflecting over the governance and/or organization of a planet, region or other area. 2. The theory of critical discourse expressed in artistic and/or abstract forms. 3. The artistic, and generally emotionally oriented, study of societal structures and paradigms. The term poelitics emerged in the philosophical doctrine of digital naturalism in the early 2000s, and originates from the two Greek terms apoietikos pertaining to poetry, literally, creative, productive, and bipolitikos, definition of, for, or relating to citizens. Poelitics could be thought of as a portable philosophy format, a .ppf with variable compression. Poelitics sometimes takes the form of annotated poetry illustrated in the example we are about to visit next. But it is not solely a concept relating to the written word, but rather an aesthetic container for mixed media hypernarratives, which could be read in any order as well as on various levels of depth. It is an attempt at constructing a language capable of addressing the complexities of contemporaneity, a transmedia language appropriate of the Anthropocene, a language for the network human. It is a work in progress, a progress which you will be able to navigate more freely when I return to you in a couple of minutes in a more navigable form. If you have questions, please refer to your study manuals or to the original copy.
Paradox Problematics is brought to you by Retrofuturistic Control Solutions.
Produced with a general disregard towards copyright infringement.
Atmospheric chemist Paul J. Crutzen has proposed the concept of the Anthropocene to characterize the contemporary geological era. It signifies the dominating geological force of human agency having the major impact on global ecology.
Free from prehistoric superstitions, the postmodern human is finally ready to step up and fully embrace her rightful place as creator and ruler of her own destiny, path and purpose.
Stating human agency as a dominating geological force inevitably brings us to the question, who is this human? Whose agency are we actually talking about? Which responsibility do I personally have?
Presented with this question, one easily feels caught in something like a metaphysical Morton's fork. It is, a somewhat leaking ship we suddenly find ourselves captains of, eroded and crackling in its Kantian core, torn by the rocks of derivative finance.
The plastic island we have printed ourselves.
By ourselves is how we do in these times after Ford.
Kant's individual beheaded by attentionalism.
Dead are the 3 true gods of the past, crucified in the name of connectivity.
Informationalism, the religion of the elusive now. The sophisticated monkey takes the god matter in own hands as hypocrisy takes the throne.
An engineering approach to the great other, all-knowing a simple matter of resource, of bandwidth, of server capacity.
Next stop, the singularity.
The human has made the network.